Hello, what is happening, everybody, and welcome to a good old Dota game, a good old pick submitted by Mr. Fibraru as a comment to my latest cast, which was about 6 days ago, so a bit too long, but regardless, I am, as mentioned earlier, quite busy with my exams currently, so won't be casting as much, but once they're over, I got an entire summer vacation all to myself, so not really going to be traveling anywhere or anything like that, so I will be having a lot of time to provide content from the various tournaments, and also generally just Euro Pub games. So, we're going to be diving head first into this. This right here looks like the ranked all-pick draft format. And it is! We're going to be having the Enchantress, one of my worst, or one of my most hated heroes, maybe the most hated, of all time, so we're off to a great start here. Zlo. It's gonna be on it, but that's mainly because of Sproink. Just Enchantress is Sproink. I hate it. It's just the most annoying thing to listen to. But anyway, we got Fibraru on the Witch Doctor. That is something I'm really excited to see. I absolutely adore Witch Doctor. All from the character to his skills to the spells, Death Ward, Paralyzing Casket. Or Paralyzing Casket. I just called it Paralyzing Casket. It's absolutely an awesome skill. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's going to work well up against Enchantress as well. I mean, she's not really... well, depends on what you kind of... You have to take Enchantress down with right-click damage. That's pretty much the way... Or not right-click damage, magic damage usually. But Witch Doctor allows you to take her out with physical damage. So that's also one way to do it. You can also purge. I don't know if you can actually purge Untouchable. Not entirely positive. Regardless, Bloodseeker is picked up. Not really a good pickup up against Witch Doctor, because even though he does land that Blood Raid, it still takes 3 seconds. That's 3 seconds of pure hell with the Death Ward. So that's gonna be a tough one. Even though he's only gonna get 3 out of the 8 seconds off, it's still not. It's still gonna hurt. Like, let's just put it that way. Just gonna be waiting for Radiant to pick up their next hero. I'm hoping for something like a Void or an Enigma or something like that to go with a Witch Doctor to really set up that Death Ward. If they play it perfectly, they can win the game just off of that. It's gonna be the Legion Commander picked up. Excited to see what kind of lane the Legion will go in, because I've seen some weird lanes. Legion Commander mid. Legion Commander off lane. I like her on the well, it's actually not that bad on the off lane. I like Legion jungle though. That's my primary way to go about it, because you get a lot of security in the jungle, especially if you have really good rotation supports and you have wards down. You have such a good jungle as Legion, and especially when you get a jungle on the other team like the Enchantress, they really can't afford to invest a lot of heroes in trying to take down you as Legion. Bristleback picked up Zeus as well, so very heavy team fight coming out from the Radiant, but damage and tankiness is on the dire side right now. Legion is actually pretty good against Bristleback, even though the Quill Spray is just going to keep flying. Legion can get in front and hit him basically without the Bristle damage reduction, and if you have the Witch Doctor to kind of follow up on that, you're going to be having one dead Bristle really fast. And Zeus is not bad, either with his ultimate, just taking health off everybody. So they got a pretty good lineup for this. Bloodseeker, I don't really know how he fits into the puzzle as of yet, because, well, you can run Bristle in the off lane and then go Blood mid, but okay, that's weird. Now things are starting to get strange. We got an IO picked up. Of course, that's going to be on the Bristleback, no question about it. But is this a mid Bloodseeker then? Because he's not a strong offlaner. Like, they could run IO Bristle offlane. Or is it IO Bristle mid? Now things are starting to get interesting here. They could run it in several different ways. And note, this is just pure speculation. I have not watched any of the laning composition or anything before this game. I don't even know how long it is. Like, usually I do, but this time I'm gonna trust Fibraru and his judgment for a long game. So, but regardless, this could be like Bristle mid. It could also be Bristle off lane. But that leaves Bloodseeker solo. Of course, with Enchantress in the jungle, that makes it a bit more safe. But still, I mean, that's not the guy you want in the safe lane, because he's not going to be fighting any farming, especially with Undying coming onto the table now. It's going to be difficult. And Juggernaut, they don't have a real mid hero. Dire side. I think they're gonna go Bloodseeker mid, which just means that Radiant needs to lane Zeus, and Bloodseeker is bummed. Like, that's pretty much how it's gonna go. If Zeus goes mid, Bloodseeker's screwed. They could even draft like a stronger mid and then run the Zeus on as a support. Go Legion bottom lane with the Witch Doctor, and then run Undying Zeus top just for massive kill potential. That would be one way to go about it, and then draft maybe somebody like a Queen of Pain for the mid. Lina as well works very, very well with the Legion. It's actually going to be the Void, so we do have the thing to set up with the Witch Doctor. This is going to be a neat game, I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much already. This is some seriously good combinations coming out on the Radiant side here. If they can land it, though. But there's a good chance they can. They have so much damage inside that Chronosphere. They got Zeus ult, they got Witch Doctor ult, and they got Undying. Just chopping into the kill. Plus, it's going to be easy to land. He just drops the Tombstone and everybody's slowed. Void zips in on top, and then everybody are dead. Alright, so it looks like this will be a safe lane Juggernaut. He's actually gone kind of aggressive. A lot of regen with a Quelling Blade here. If we can actually get some frame rate going here. There you go, that's a bit better. But yeah, Quelling Blade with a bit of regen. It's going to be granting one to Enchantress here. Is this mid Enchantress? It actually kind of looks like it. Alright, looks like Bloodseeker will be on the safe lane for now. Io not going with the Bristle, however. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, these lanes don't make sense. They should not be running Io jugs either. Like, Io is for the Bristle. But looks like Bristle will be solo off lane. Enchantress looks to be going mid. Which doesn't make sense either. And then we're going to be having tri-lane top, which is called Juggernaut, Io, Bloodseeker. In the meantime, down on this Radiant side, I'll just be introducing them once they start hitting the lanes, so it's kind of easier. But yeah, looks like the Legion will be in the bottom lane. Or jungle. Hold on, what's the build? That actually looks a lot like a jungle build, so that makes a lot of sense. Void should be going for that bottom lane, and then should be having Zeus on the mid. He's already in a hell of a lot of trouble. Arch Lightning ain't gonna save you now. He might actually go as the first blood. The spins are taking him down, and he will go. Juggernaut. The aggression pays off, and they get both the rune and the kill on the Zeus, so a lot of gold currently sitting on him already. And yep, Void going down to watch the bottom lane with the Witch Doctor. That's how it's supposed to be, with the Legion going for the jungle, and Zeus heading for the mid lane up against that Enchantress. So we're just going to be running through the lanes here. As we have main KC on the solo top Undying. That's not half that bad, actually. It's going to be a bit of a difficult lane as he's going up against some... That's my impression of Russian, by the way. Just straight Metro, I should know. But yeah, regardless, Juggernaut is going to be going up against this Undying out of the top lane. Undying should be winning early on, but Juggernaut should be coming back quite efficiently. It looks like it will be Bloodseeker jungle, which was something I did not consider, because I don't like it. Okay, Undying in a bit of trouble, is getting chopped down here by the IO. But regardless, I'm not a big fan of one on the Bloodseeker in jungle. Host point is going to be sitting with the Jugs for now on that IO, and already got the bottle going for him. They did put that onto the IO, the first rune. It's down on bottom lane. We do have White Knight on the Faceless Void for Bravo on the Savage Doctor and Heavy Metal on the Bristleback. And taking up the Radiant jungle here is Mara Salvatrucha. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I probably didn't, but regardless of that, on the mid lane we have 4Q going up against Slow. So, heading into this game, we already got a first blood. Of course, went on the Juggernaut, so he's got quite a fair amount of gold. Already got boots going on for him. Is sitting somewhat well on farm up on top. Undying has actually managed to take 3 last hits, which is fairly okay if I could stop yawning for a second. And this has nothing to do with the game being boring. It's just me being tired. But regardless, Zeus on the mid lane just chopping away with those creeps, has not received his bottle yet. Enchantress just getting hers. IO does need to get those wards out, try to see if they can get a bit of vision in. It's going to enable Undying to farm a bit better. Bottom lane, Bristle, looking pretty solid actually. Only got 2 last hits so far, but hasn't died, which is the most important thing. But then again, Void and Witch Doctor, they aren't the best at finding kills in the early game just because of Void's sheer lack of damage. Like, he has a high base damage, but its overall damage output is not very high. He's good for lasting, but not much more than that. Juggernaut deciding that the Undying will make a tasty target. There goes the Decay. Will be dropping the IO a little bit. And mind you that the IO is actually a strength hero, so that's going to hurt a bit. As you can see, the damage is dropping as well, so like an Undying versus an IO, that's a very, very favorable matchup for the Undying. Oh, he's actually going in deep now for Juggernaut. Not really all that far. Does not have mana for the Tombstone. Probably should have dropped that before he went in. You really only want 1 point into Decay as it scales like crap, basically. And then pop a point into Soul Rip instead, just so you can keep yourself alive. Oh, he's playing aggressively here. Oh, has the Decay on the ready. Would have had the Tombstone. Hey, wait a bit longer. Should have probably gone for that instead. And Juggernaut's going to be salving up as a result of that. Bloodseeker looks like he's actually going for the Midas here. Has not been very successful in the jungle. And might actually go down here. Almost does manage to take on that Alpha Wolf. But yeah, he's not sitting super solidly in that jungle. Of course, he does have 20 last hits, which is more than the Juggernaut. And level-wise, he might actually be okay. Yeah, he's actually not doing that bad. I just don't really like it. And compared to Legion, well, Legion is slightly ahead anyway. I don't know if there's going to be straight into boots or if it's going to be a Midas on the Legion. I just like to go straight into boots so you can fight earlier. Like, just go straight boots, blink, and then you can start popping off those duels. Like, down the bottom lane, it would be amazing to pop duels now because Frozor is starting to get up to the levels. He's got 2 points in Maledict already, 2 points in Casket. Void as well. He's sitting at level 4. Probably does work in stats for now. I'm so sorry about that. That is actually pretty damn rude. But regardless, yeah. No, he's not popping points in stats. Going for another time lock. There you go. The Casket. Unfortunate bounces though. They do need to kill off some of the creeps, and Maledict comes out a bit late. Not going to be taken down as much as I think they were hoping for. A little bit at least. Legion, I think she needs to come help out here as Void and Bristle going toe to toe. Void is just going to be sipping back out of there, and Bristle is not going to get the chance to heal up. Now the rotation is coming in. Legion is wondering if she should go for... Oh, there you go. That's the Casket. Unfortunate bounce. It's not bouncing back to Bristle here again. IO TP in bottom to help out his little porcupine. I think you can call that. Of a friend. Now they're actually going to start diving the tower here. Void, he could be in trouble. Has to retreat into the woods. One more quill spray. Should be enough, and there it is. Casket, though, trapping him underneath the tower. Beautiful Casket. Host point should be going down. And Witch Doctor will be taking credit for that kill. So a 1-for-1. Very, very good, though, for the dive side. That trade right there. And Zeus looks like he's actually having a bit of trouble there in mid handling the Enchantress, and this is actually kind of a favorable matchup for the Enchantress because of just sheer range. Like a range versus a range, and Zeus can't really harass all that well. Plus, he doesn't bottle crow, and he has very, very poor rune control this game because his movement speed is just so slow. Like if you look at the Enchantress, he's already running for about 385. This will do nicely. Legion Commander finding another bounty rune. Bloodseeker working his way towards that Midas. Looks like it will be like a 8-minute Midas, I think. His GPM so far is... Nah, it might be a bit sooner. Not entirely positive, but regardless. Undying. Oh, there goes the Blood Rite. Zeus could be in trouble. He's definitely going to go down, but I'm wondering about the Undying. Pops the ultimate. Is running out of there. Zeus pops the ult as well. Almost gets the Jugs down. And Undying will live to tell the tale, but Bristle down on bottom lane actually went down. I think that was to the Zeus ult. Yeah, Zeus actually... Oh man, Bristle dropped way too low and Zeus just punished him for it. I don't think that was entirely intentional, but we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. But yeah, actually Dire's Heroes, I'm surprised they're farming really, really well currently. Juggernaut is of course a very, very strong farmer, but he falls off in the late game. Like, the recent nerf to him just... Or not really recent, like the 6.83 nerf was just too much.
Oh, look at it go.
Oh, Heavy Metal diving in deep here for Brow. It's not going to be going on. There goes the duel. Well, onto the IO. I don't think they're going to get it in time. No, barely. They do manage to bring him down. Now Bristle going toe-to-toe with the Legion Commander. Frozor, he doesn't have a casket for another couple of seconds. They really want to find the Bristle. He's diving so deep. There's the casket, making sure that Legion Commander gets out of there, but will be paying with his own life. And just in the nick of time, she does get the Midas delivered, which is very, very important. Zeus now dropping in. They want to get the kill. Void leaping forward. Has to get a time lock. No IO comes in, saves the day. Faceless could be in trouble here. Bristle just chopping away at him and will get the kill. Zeus, unsure what he needs to go on. Could actually be in trouble now. There goes the goo. Legion in it for the save. Zeus gets gooed up again and then he gets brought down. Casket drop though from Frozor is not going to be bouncing too well. And this Bristle's just on fire now. He's sitting 3-1-1 and IO even getting a kill. Oh, slow moving down. Legion is pretty much a dead Legion Commander. Like, there's just no way around it. And one more. Yep, there it is. Casket, though. Beautiful casket. Unfortunate bounces. I was hoping that wouldn't bounce to the neutrals, but apparently not so lucky. But yeah, Frozor really needs level 6. Doesn't have anything but utility items. That's like the trademark of a good support. Nothing but utility. As Enchantress gets boots, or the power treads. She would prefer no mass, and currently Dire side, they're way ahead, and the unfortunate thing is that they should have late game. Like, mid game should very much belong to the Radiant at this point. Because of Chrono. And, oh, Zeus. Yeah, he should very much almost actually not be dead. Frozor joining in for the fight. As 4Q just chewing away at him, and it gets the double kill. Did manage to bring down the IO as well. Very, very patient play there. And Zeus is going to be cleaning wards up as well. They're actually doing well. They're not all that far behind. Like in terms of gold, yeah, it looks kind of grim, but it could be a lot worse. Let's just put it like that. Legion still farming up, probably for the Blink Dagger, which is gonna be the crucial thing. Up on the top lane, oh, Juggernaut gets the Undying down, does sip the Bloodseeker in to save the day.
Dire structures are fortified.
And there you go, just gets sips right back to base. The trademark of a good IO. Sparing your buddies at CP. As host point, moving down south, working his way towards the urn, and that's actually quite a big stack. I didn't even realize they had actually tried to stack him, but that's pretty big for the Bristle. It's gonna be at least a Vanguard for him once he's done with that. Just needs to get those quills out.
Come on, sprites.
Oh, 4Q. This is problematic. He could, yeah, he's almost at does spot the right, but forces him right back into the mouth of the Enchantress. It's like either die by the hand of the Bloodseeker or by the Enchantress.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, they have grouped up 3-man. Blink Dagger. Actually going for the full pair of power treads first before the Blink Dagger is actually very, very well played. Up on the top lane though, there goes the Tombstone. Frozor should be in it with the Death Ward. Can't drop it. There it is. And that's going to be taken down 1, almost 2 as 1. Nearly gets trapped out, so that's a 1-for-1 trade here as, oh man, the Enchantress drops. And Host Point and Heavy Metal barely makes it out. Zeus gets another kill, and that's definitely in the favor of this Radiant team. Catching up, and Legion, with a tremendous amount of farm here, has not been participating in a whole lot, but is getting that farm done, which is the most crucial thing for a Legion Commander. Will be hitting level 9 after that next camp. Unless you just go in lane, that's fine. It's going to be taking down a creep here. Is slow. Decides to move in as well. Oh, Bristle, they get relocated down towards the bottom lane, and no problem for Mrs. Legion Commander. The Witch Doctor. This is actually a bit of an interesting pickup. I would not usually go for that. In this particular case, I would definitely go Arcanes, as there's a chance that the Zeus might not. But he's actually chosen to go for the Triangle Boots. Of course, it gives him better rotation, but mana is always an issue on supports, or Well, almost. Almost always an issue.
Radiant's
Which
bottom
the
tower
Arcanes could have
is
saved him.
under
Plus,
attack.
Void really needs mana. Like, that's one of his biggest concerns as well. Off
Time
for
to
Q.
heal.
Does get ruptured. Slow. It's in it there as well. Chrono from the Void. And there flies the Death Ward. So much damage. Host Point will be the first to drop. And now,
Trouble?
the Death Ward doesn't really turn its attention towards much. It just kind of sits there in the middle. But they do manage to bring down the Bloodseeker as well. For Bro will be pushed back and will be dropped in the end. But regardless, they could try to go for the Bristle. Probably won't. Only if he comes down. But once again, 2 for 2, which is slightly in the favor. They do manage to bring down the Zeus Dire, so they managed to make it a somewhat even trade. But still, I mean, that was very, very good Chrono plus the Death Ward setup. Just kind of targeted the wrong hero. But that's not his fault, that's just the targeting system. Oh, Undying actually getting his hands on the Juggernaut here. Will probably be going down to... No, not even. The zombie's doing work here. There goes the Decay. Is going to get brought down. Just sheer range and damage off from slow, but should have probably just kept running.
Healing power.
Host point. Dropping down my mid lane. Now Void does have the Mask of Madness. Extra bit of damage inside the Chronosphere. I'm thinking that a lot. He doesn't have the most farm. Or at least not more farm than the Enchantress. But he does have more than the 3 core heroes. As you call them, or almost 4 core heroes of this Dire team. The Bristle, the Bloodseeker, and the Juggernaut. Not really sitting on as much farm as they would probably like. At this point. Well, Bristle, he's quite satisfied where he is. He's working his way towards the Crimson Guard, and they're really, really soon. But Bloodseeker, it's going to be problematic. Like, his farm is not very good, and
Radiant's
he's
top
barely
tower
doing
is
any
under
damage.
attack.
It's like a glorified poke, basically, right now. Up, Juggernaut. Had he spotted that, that would have been big. He's actually running up for it. Not finding the Zeus, though. Not on time. Just going to go do his dirty work on the mid lane as Mr. Bristle and Host Point could be going for that bottom lane Legion Commander. I think that would be a somewhat secure pickup,
Dire's bottom
but it is going to
tower
be
is
rotating
under
their
attack.
attention towards mid. And actually just backing out as the Crimson Guard
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
will be up for the Bristle back now, so he is looking pretty damn good coming into this mid game. And oh, that's a good right. Pops 2. There goes the Rupture as well. That's sitting on the Undying. He's going to go down. No question about it. Not even going to be able to take anybody with him. And now Io drops in as well on top of the Zeus. He does not get the ulti off. And this is not a fight they can take. Even with the Void, Chrono, plus Febrauru's Death Ward, it's not a fight they want to go on.
Is under attack.
Void needs to pop the Chrono, I think. He should probably go for it. There goes the casket for Bro. He wants to let the Death Ward go. He's going to get right at first. Maybe he's actually going to drop. Sticks it.
Top tower is under
And is alive for now. There goes the Omni Slash. Unfortunate bounces, though. Well, not really. Just not enough damage. And Legion is going to be pushed back all the way back. And there was just no mana for the Chronosphere thing. That was what the issue was.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Dire will be taking a big, big fight there. Big money right down their pockets. And we'll be taking a tier 1 mid as well. And I wonder if they're going to be going even further than that.
Tower has fallen.
So Undying is also back in the game now. He's ready to go again. I think he's scouting out for 1 right now. He's actually working his way, I think, towards the Shadow Blade, which is rather uncommon. Oh, so close. So much damage being done by the Zeus, but he's not fast enough for the Bloodseeker. Nobody are really fast enough for the Bloodseeker. And they know he's sitting there. It's just healing up for now. Undying. Could be dropping a bomb on him now. There you go. That's going to be the right, and he has to get out of that. Host point. Plus heavy metal now rotating in. This could be one dead Undying, and there is no backup for him.
Dire's
It's just trying to walk out, and looks like they will not pursue us. They don't see a whole lot of the Radiant heroes currently. Excuse me. Legion has a Blink Dagger now. That's going to be giving her a huge advantage. And Void, I think he should be starting to work his way towards a Mjolnir. Did go Midas first, which does increase his experience gain. And Zeus now getting his own Blink Dagger as well. This is actually a rather interesting pickup, but it's mainly, I think, to catch up to the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker almost has the Shadow Blade. which I still really feel is not a good pickup this game, just because there's so much global going on. There's not really anything to hide from. Like Zeus, Thunder God's Wrath is going to be hitting you anyway. You got, oh, hold on, Fabraru. Oh, he's got to go for the ult. There it is. So much damage being done, and the Maldic should be almost enough to take him down, unless he gets healed up too much. How much damage is that going to do? Not enough. And just getting healed through it. That would have been an amazing play. Oh, Legion, they found the Enchantress. Just not enough damage being done. They got to get a Chronosphere popped as well. They don't in time, but they will be bringing her down. Heavy Metal stuck inside the Chronosphere. Legion Commander has to back out. Zeus, so greedy, just dump it down, waiting for... well, waiting for the rune so he can get his bottle recharged. I can understand that. Void, popping back out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Io does relocate to a bit of a weird spot, actually. I think they were expecting something else. Now one in trouble, does get the write-off, but he's going to go down. Heavy Metal, though, on the pursuit, but I don't think he can actually take him on all. All them on. I don't think he can take them all on. There you go. Actually, Bloodseeker is sitting pretty decently on the farm now. I don't know how he's actually, like, the first on the farm, but right now. I think that's because he does have the Shadow Blade on the courier or in base. Yeah, there it is. There's the Shadow Blade. I think that's why. But it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, seeing the fact that Legion and Void are in full... Well, Legion is a full item ahead. Fabraru.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's just gone like all out support. He's even like out supporting an Io. You can say that. You can kind of say that. So Io's also the mid carrier for them. He just needs to focus on getting that Aghanim Scepter so they can start working that Faceless Void ult. I think they're kind of prioritizing and wrong, prioritizing a bit too much farm and Undying because he's going to be wearing off now. So Fabraru should be taking more of this farm, so he can get that Aghanim Scepter. Host point, he's pretty much done with the mechanism. They're sitting pretty comfortably in the lead there. That's not an item we see very often. The Rod of Atos, but it's not going to be helping you this time. There goes the ultimate. And the death forward to boot as well. And Bristleback just kind of walking down and like, nope. That's not me. I'm not going. They're going to be getting two. Plus a good chunk of money on Void here. Juggernaut moving down towards bottom lane, trying to push that in as well. He's sitting on quite a fair amount of farm as well, but if he gets trapped inside the Chrono, he's still done for, like, no matter how you look at it. And I'm liking the item progression out from this Void. White Knight is doing the right things at the right times. He's got, yeah, Mask of Madness plus the Maelstrom. Maelstrom to help him farm, and it's just going to be increasing his damage outright. And next thing he really needs is a BKB. Like, that's pretty much it. And then he's done for. I'm not even sure he actually needs a BKB this game. Because it's not really going to be preventing much. Oh, Undying in trouble. Yeah, he's dead. Well, it looks like he actually wanted it. Juggernaut. Up farming the jungle. Bottom lane. Faceless Void. Chopping down. Is he greedy now? That's the question. Is he greedy? It's like he might be a little bit. He's sitting inside the woods there, waiting to just go on this Void. But the unfortunate thing for the Juggernaut is backtrack. Backtrack is going to be screwing with you. And Void, yes, trying to make it back out, does leap for it and should be almost be able to make it out. Pops the Mask of Madness. That might be a mistake as Juggernaut jumps in. Unfortunate bounces for him. Gets set back but cleans up a creep wave. So all in all worth it. Not really. And now Fabraru jumps in as well. They know they have the ultimate on the ready for the Void. And all they got to do is find the pickoff. Juggernaut is still sitting there. Like, that would be worth it. A Chrono Witch Doctor ult for the Juggernaut at this point would definitely be worth it. And they just need to find it. Looks like Juggernaut doesn't really feel like contesting the Void again. Slow's got a bottle ready
Radiant's top tower is under
with
attack.
haste rune, so ready to chase somebody down. Haven't really talked a whole lot about this Bloodseeker. Looks like he's going for the Sancha. Just gonna go straight Silver Edge, which once again I feel is a bit of a mistake. Like, it's just undermining your own ability as a Bloodseeker to chase people down. Like, he doesn't need the invis, he just gets around by sheer movement speed. And doesn't really need the extra damage to set things up. Like, he needs a basher, that's what he needs for being able to chase. Like, a main will do you a lot of good, but Bloodseeker really needs a basher. Like, it's just good for the lockdown even though he's that fast. Febraru.
For the twin.
Oh, Zeus, he's actually very, very close to the Aghanim Scepter now. That's going to be super big for him, getting that. That's a fair amount of extra damage, about 200. Just going straight on him. That's a lot for an ultimate. Like, 200 damage out on everybody can make the difference. Bloodseeker now done with the Silver Edge. Bloodseeker, or Faceless Void, not Bloodseeker. It's not far behind. He's sitting at about... Don't really know what he's waiting for, if he's going to be finishing up the Miller starting out. And yeah, that's one dead. Legion Commander, no question about it. Nope, there you go. And once again, Bristleback taking that little stack camp there. Oh, for Broad, this could be problematic. They need some help for it. There goes the Omni Slash. I don't know how early Maldic went. Not early enough, but there goes the Void. Has to try to chew through a couple of heroes. They do manage to bring down the Juggernaut, but now the problem is everybody else. Void, he is not able to time leave out of there, or time walk out of there, and he will go down. Undying is just sitting off to the back, unable to really do much, and big item now out for the Juggernaut. He's got the Basher on the ready, and this is once again problematic. I mean, the Radiant are currently trailing constantly. Oh, Undying, he's dead, for sure. And the issue is that they're giving the Snowball heroes farm, or like kills, and just enabling them to snowball currently. They need to take one big team fight where they utilize everything. Like, you really want the Chronosphere into the Death Ward, into the Zeus ult, and then you're gonna be good. Like, there's just no way around that. Slow, moving down towards the mid lane, sees the Zeus, pops the Rod of Atos. There goes the Slow as well. There's so much Slow. They could go for it. She's all alone. And Legion just dueled there. I think that would have been a simple pick-off. Zeus is pretty much done with the Aghanim Scepter. Only about 300 gold short. Void farming up the bottom lane. Looking to see if he can win the farm wars with the Bloodseeker, who's basically been jungled for quite some time. Now pops the Silver Edge. Goes down the ward, so I don't think that's the target you really want to jump on. There you go, that's the Rupture. Void doesn't get any fortunate backtracks, just leaps into the woods. But there goes the right. If he backtracks it, he's one lucky fucker. Not today, though.
Dire's middle tower is under
He will go down. It's a good little pick-off for the Bloodseeker here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Excuse me. But yeah, middle Dire Tower finally going down as they managed to get rid of that pesky little tower. 4Q does get the Aghanim Scepter now. That ult is going to be big now. Gets it at level 12. Oh, that's one dead Undying. Ouchies. Slow as well. They manage. They get the duel off. Zeus has to drop everything to make sure that this goes. And Febraru in it with the Death Ward as well. There's so much damage being done. Juggernaut is not going to go down. Oh, that's so unfortunate. There you go. The overwhelming odds will be taking him down. But Heavy Metal now going to town on everybody. Maldic misses and he will go down as well. So not going to be worth it. It's actually going to be worth it for some reason. Yeah, they managed to take down the two heavyweights, the Bloodseeker and the Juggernaut. And Legion gets dueling damage, I think. No, not even dueling damage, not yet. She's actually going for Silver Edge as well, which makes a lot more sense, but then again, not really, because she's got the Blink Dagger already. Blinks back, should be fine. Goo though, but unless they want to chase her and Legion Commander onto the high ground, which they really want to now. I'm not entirely positive why. Now the duel comes out. They gotta keep the Legion alive. Doesn't manage. And Heavy Metal doing work currently. Holy hell, this man is on fire, and once again will be bringing down the Undying.
Tower is under attack.
This is looking grim. Now Void should maybe attempt to drop the Chronosphere. There is a Death Void available in about 10 seconds. So if they manage to push with the next wave here, they definitely need to go for it. Or if they just see him now, Uber, I think he's
Radiant's bottom tower
waiting for
is
it.
under attack.
Nope. Not going to be doing anything about it. Which is rather much unfortunate. This game could use a bit of attention right now. As Dire, they just got such a heavy lead so far. And this is really the time when they should be dominating the Radiant, but they aren't getting anything off. Like, their combinations aren't really working. Fortification may be a bit premature. That tower wasn't really in all that much danger. Just not big enough creep wave. Plus Undying was TPing up there. As Uber. He's got about 3k gold, so needs to start investing in something. Wonder what he's going to be buying with all that gold. Like, that's a lot. Could just be going straight like Sacred Relic or something like that. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the case, but could be. Eagle Song for the Butterfly. Let's get that bit of extra evasion in, perhaps. I don't know. Bloodseeker going for a BKB. That does make some sense, but not the most amount, because Void is going to be able to drop the Chronosphere on top of you, and Death Ward does go through BKB. It's mainly for the Zeus, I think. For the magic damage of the Zeus. Undying as well. And Legion, I don't think you can cast a... It does go through. Okay, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, this is not a BKB game. Let's just put it like that. Roshan is being attempted by Bloodseeker, Bristle, and the IO. Just a naked... Nope, it's a casual Demon's Edge. Probably going to be working into some form of crits. Or, which I rather highly doubt... Oh, that Chronosphere. Super unfortunate. Might see some chat here. Nope, not really. But yeah, down on the bottom lane, Bristle will be picking up a Roshan. And Enchantress taking the bounty rune there, and they're ready to rock and roll. It's probably their time to shine with the Void Chronosphere being down. They gotta make something happen here. Witch Doctor
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
has got a Death Ward on the ready. Oh, they're baiting so bad. Yeah, they aren't defending her at all.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's one.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Very, very close to his BKB. I don't think it's going to be making that much of a difference. There goes the right. So really be careful here as they're looking to push in this lane. Like, it's risky. Void Chronosphere is back up in about 40 seconds, so if they can fit him off for 40 seconds, they're going to have almost every single ulti in the book available. Zeus does still need to get that Thunder God's Wrath off cooldown. Heavy Metal is dumping in now. This is problematic. There goes the casket as well. It's not going to be bouncing to anybody. Bit premature. They need to wait until that Chronosphere is available. And there goes Legion's Silver Edge, which I don't really know why she picked up still. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have 2 mobility items on a Legion Commander. But regardless, the item was picked up, and Void, they gotta make something happen. The Bristle, he is within reach. Casket popping. There goes the Maldic as well. They're trying to do damage to him. Host Point comes in for the save. Heavy Metal now tries to go ham, but he's just lost so much health. There goes the duel as well. Host Point will be taken out. The Aegis is the first or the only thing to pop so far, except for the IO, but they want to chase it down. There's just no backup from nobody. He's just being burned down. So much damage being done, and ulti finally finishes the deed, and that's going to be a 2-for-0 so far. So much damage being put down, and one could be in trouble. Void, though, is not able to get out of his little tomb. But they will be picking off one. Yep. Witch Doctor with the last little pop there. They gotta get him out of there. Alright, there you go. Oh, they might even be finding themselves a neat little Juggernaut there. And there's an ultimate available as well, so if they want to go for it, they could. There's a duel on the ready. Enchantress going for the Undying. Looks like Juggernaut wants to be a part of that. They will be finishing up. Should probably just jump on the Juggernaut here. That'll be the better pickup. Where's the duel? They need it to happen. There it is. Zeus, though, unable to really help out. And Void just lost too much health. And they will now chop through him completely. Juggernaut pulling out the place and the damage. It's Frozor pulling back likewise with the Void. He just took too much damage too early. That's pretty much all that happened. And they will be in Monkey King Bar. Yep, second Javelin's ready. And probably just waiting for that item. Now he's dealing 200, dishing out 200 damage plus mini stuns. That's not half that bad. It's actually pretty good. For Frozor, they have the ultimates ready in not too long. He just has to not die and it's going to be enough. Working his way towards his own Aghanim Scepter as well. Stunning them up. Waiting for that Void cooldown. 13 seconds to go until they can drop the bomb. Looks like they know. They're just backing off for now. Top lane being contested by Heavy Metal, who is working his way towards, yep, the Assault Cuirass. Pretty much done with it. Doesn't need that much more. About I think it's about 700 gold. He's out. Oh no! The misclicks. Void. Oh no. That is unfortunate. Now they don't have that for another 90 seconds. If they had seen that, that would have been a disaster. Bloodseeker, just level 18 so far. We haven't really seen a whole lot to him. Like, he's just being anonymously farming pretty much. 212 last hits. I want to see the last hit counter. It's currently sitting in the favor of the Juggernaut right now. He's sitting relatively decently there. Oh, there goes the Rupture onto the Undying. Has to be... It's only halfway down, buddy. He's getting healed up as well. There you go. Now it's off. One. And Juggernaut. Currently on the ready. There you go. That's the Blade Mail. Gets the duel off. And Bloodseeker just chopping himself to pieces. There goes the ultimate out from the Juggernaut. Heavy Metal joining in as well. They need Void and they need the old C. Frozor doing what he can. Now Void drops in. And there is no Chronosphere out from him. He just tries to do damage. Maybe finding, yep, the IO will be going down. Undying has already dropped. Heavy Metal, if they manage to get him. No Enchantress. He picks the wrong target. He needs a bash though. Does find it. And Void just has to try to see if he can make it back out. It's going to be a difficult one though. Does not have the most movement speed. Gets scooed up. Second goo. And he's going to backtrack one. And there you go. Ultra kill for Heavy Metal. And still, the Dire side looking so strong. Like Radiant, they're not getting not a whole lot is working for them. Like had they had the Chronosphere there, they would have won that fight easy peasy. But that was apparently not the case, and now they're gonna be chewing through this mid lane tower. This tier 3 mid with the help of the Assault Cuirass minus armor. Just digging through it. Witch Doctor is back up on the ready. Just drop a casket, gets slowed with the Rod of Atos, tries to keep himself alive. Is chased back out. He does not have anything to work with and he gets brought down. Oh, that is risky right there, Legion. You cannot jump without a Blade Mail. That is such a gamble. Should just jump right back out again. Oh, gets revealed. No more invis for you, my friend. Tries to duel the Bristleback. Is he gonna get the damage? Yes, with the help of the Zeus. Is chopping down the Enchantress as well. The plays. Oh, man. So many plays. And does get ruptured, though. Manages to stand still. Bloodseeker coming in. Oh, with the double damage rune. And IO drops in as well. There goes the BKB. Not anything you can do about that. As Void drops in, though. Does get it off onto one, and if he drops, it's going to be a disaster. He will. Double kill for the Void, and they finally get something that works. They finally figure it out. They crack the code. And boy, they gotta push. Like, at some point, they really gotta push. They're down on towers currently. And the creeps have pretty much been pushing everything for him. But yeah, Void's sitting on a fair amount of gold right now. As they might actually find the Juggernaut as well. They need to group. They need to group. Share the damage. And there you go. That's maybe one dead Juggernaut. Blinking forward. Void, he does have the jump and does get forward. He needs a bash, does get a mini bash, and there you go. That's the time locking. It's actually a team wipe for him. Such an important comeback. And a good timing to do it as well. 48 or 38 minutes. Very, very good timing. And Roshan is almost back up on the ready. They need to be a bit more patient, about 30 seconds. But then again, that is going to be enough time for everybody to get back up and going. Zeus is working his way towards a refresher, so just going to go straight for that ult. That is going to be a lot of damage raining down upon you, though. Like, as an IO, you're almost not going to survive it. Like, that's just an insane amount of damage. And Enchantress as well, not exactly the healthiest target. The fleshiest, the meatiest. Depending on what you want to call it. And it looks like Void is going for an Eagle Song, which is probably going to get turned into... Yep, actually Roshan being on. But yeah, it's going to get turned into a Butterfly, most likely. And that's going to be really screwing with the Bloodseeker. For real. And Bristle and Juggernaut. Ring of Basel is being dropped. But yeah, that right there is going to be one dead Roshan and another Aegis for the Bristleback. This man is farmed. Sitting about 1,800. 1,800 gold. Not really 1,800 gold, 18,000 gold. And Uber. He's got an Eagle Song. That's an interesting pickup for the IO. Does manage to get his/her hands on what you call a Yule Scepter, which is a rather common item, which I should probably not need you introduce. Or I should hopefully not need you to introduce you to the Yule Scepter. If I could actually word today, that would be nice. But yeah, the Yule Scepter is an amazing item. I'm not really sure how it corresponds with an IO, but it is going to be sparing it some of the Zeus damage. Juggernaut does get an Iascati as well. Pretty good timing for that as well. Gives you an incredible amount of stats plus the moves still. And just all around nice item. Legion doing also what I feel is the right thing, going for the Desolator, which means that lifesteal is not going to be an option unless it's in the form of a Vlad's, which is probably not going to be the case. Oh, Bristle being aggressive here. Uber is in trouble, getting chopped down, but he's chopping through heavy metal. Of course, the Aegis carry. There goes the Death Ward. We'll be bringing down the Enchantress. They need to be in there for round 2. Bristle, they need a time mark. There it is. That's one more. So many stuns. The casket as well, plus the zombies. And Void, he's blinking forward. They do manage to find the Bloodseeker as well. Now it's the turn of this heavy metal dude as Juggernaut joins in as well. They do manage to bring him down. Undying. They have to get the return kill in order for this to be worth it. Legion blinking forward. The damage being done. The bashes though, but not going to be enough. Triple kill for the Legion commander. As for Q, is that is the refresher? Oh god, damn! But it is going to be a team wipe, and this Legion takes the head or takes the front of the net worth board, setting for at 4.1k gold. Should probably be dropping the Midas for something else now. You can't chew through backdoor protection though. That's just going to be a bit too much. But with the creeps to help out, that's going to be more than enough to chew down this tower. So much damage now actually as well. I think a bunch of crits would actually be in order. Just drop the Midas for crits. Or for heart, like depending on what the priority currently is. I would still say crits. I think it's going to be a heart though. No, it's going to be Hyperstone, so the AC is going to be coming out. That's actually not bad as well. Like, it's going to be a ridiculous amount of Midas armor. That's just basically how it's going to be, like a dumb amount of Midas armor. plus the amount of armor on Legion Commander herself is going to be absolutely incredible. Yep, that's basically everything. What did she just sell for the plate mail?
Command echelon.
I'm not sure. But regardless, one is back in the fray, and he's just dropped way down. He's basically stopped farming since he was the head of the farm board. But yeah, it's maybe actually going to be bumping into Legion here. Oh, there you go. That's the blade mail, but it looks like, yep, just going to be chewing through one, and another duel win for the Legion Commander. 108, and going to be getting the AC as well, so not even full. Damage, damage, damage. But yeah, the amount of minus armor that this Legion Commander produces right now is like dumb. You get 7 from the Desolator plus 5 from the Assault Cuirass. So your dueling target is going to be experiencing 12 minus armor, which is more than the IO basically has. It's more than the Enchantress has, and it's more, not really more than the Bloodseeker has, but it's going to be annoying as hell anyway. I was just about to swear there, but regardless. As the Basher now drops. That is also a very, very interesting item for Legion Commander. The Basher, which is probably going to get turned into an Abyssal Blade, is going to be providing a bit of a damage boost. It should be doing a fair amount to actually keeping her alive.
Dire's bottom tower is
And it's going to be effective in the duels as well. Like, just, well, she doesn't have a Blink Dagger anymore, which is the unfortunate thing, but still the Silver Edge is going to be her way of setting it up.
Dire's bottom
Like just
tower is
running in, Abyssal Blade, or just hit Abyssal Blade, duel, and then you're done for. Bristle picks up the heart though, so he's now a meat machine. A beefy son of a bitch with basically 30 armor, so there is no physical damage going through to him with the back, or with the back damage reduction as well. Roshan not back out, not even close. They're actually pinging it out, and Legion is just scouting them out. It looks like they want to go check out the Roach Pit. Legion, though, jumps onto the Juggernaut. Could be a bit of a risky play. The team is not there. Where's Void with the Chrono? Could be dropping it down on top. Needs to be there, though. Is there? There's the Chronosphere, but not on time. Yule's up as well. The double ult out from Zeus gets a triple kill. And Bristleback is going to get brought down. What a fight out by the Radiant. What a fight. And Void is going to be pushing down that middle lane. The interesting thing is, yep, Enchantress will be able to escape out. But regardless, what a fight. A bit of a weak setup. Could have been a bit better, but still, I mean, that was amazing.
tower is under attack.
The double Zeus ult. So much damage. And Juggernaut is back. Didn't even get to pop his ult there. Zeus, that might actually be a sheepstick. I think he does need the extra the extra mana, because that right there just drained basically all of his mana, just the double ult.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sundyne goes for the Hood of Defiance. Maybe turning that into a pipe, that would be rather effective a way of Brill basically countering out nothing. So nah, the Enchantress doesn't really have that much extra magic damage, that's pure. There's actually not a whole lot of pipe damage to cancel out. Like, you have the IO, that's it. Well, no, Bloodrite is pure, so actually there's like no reason to get a pipe. Now that I think about it. There's absolutely no reason to get a pipe, because most of it is either pure or physical. But it's going to be getting it anyway for the tiny amount of IO damage with the spirits.
Regeneration.
Because yes, that is magical. But it's not by much. Let's see. What have we got for the Bristleback? Yeah, SNY, the regular Bristleback items, no big surprise there. Juggernaut has kind of stopped as well. He's just kind of stalled and not really done a whole lot. Void has just kept farming though like a beast. He's actually hung onto his Midas for quite a little while and just farming so damn fast. Should maybe be dropping it soon up on top lane. Undying. That's one dead Undying. Yep, there goes the Impetus. Oh, not actually dead Undying. Oh, maybe, yeah. Heavy Metal jumping in. Undying. Should be dropping, but it is going to be at the cost on the other side of the map for the Bloodseeker. Or not really on the other side, actually relatively close. Extra bit of dueling damage, Heavy Metal, they get relocated back, so does get out of harm's way. But still, that leaves this Juggernaut very, very vulnerable. They do decide to initiate maybe onto the Enchantress. There goes the first smack. And the slow though, but Void deciding to jump in, and that's one dead Enchantress.
That was
And now they're actually starting to kick in, but that's mainly because this Dire team, they've kind of stopped farming. Like, their last hits has not changed much since minute 30. Like, it's been 17 minutes and they barely got 50 last hits. Like, that's not really what you want to do. You want to make sure that you keep your farm up for the late game. And especially with the pace that this Void is farming, because he's basically done the right thing and pick up farming items. If you look at Bloodseeker, he's picked off killing hero items, and likewise with the Juggernaut. Like, he doesn't have a Mjolnir to help him farm. He's got, I'm gonna kill hero items. And Bristle doesn't even have him, but that's just because, well, he's just been keeping himself into the game with just straight team fight. I think that's the issue. Like, Enchantress hasn't been making use of creeps, which is the unfortunate thing for her. And the rest of his team just kind of stopped farming. Like, Void has just kept at it. Plus, he's still got the Hand of Midicine. He's hitting something up in the secret shop now. That's going to be the Hyperstone. Oh, it's going to be the Moon Shard. Oh, now the Juggernaut is going to get brought down once again. Winner is going to be the Legion Commander. She's just surviving off dueling damage right now. 144 extra, and they're going to be relocating back in here, and this is going to be problematic for the very, very dead IO that's about to return. Yep, smacked. Right? He's not really going to be clipping anybody. And this is the time to go. There is no buyback currently for basically anybody besides the IO. Bottom lane was contested here as Heavy Metal. If he drops, it's a disaster. He might. He's now going toe-to-toe with the Undying. There's one last tick in melting. Now that's going to be enough. Top lane, though. The fight continues to slow. In trouble. Not really. There goes the ultimate, though, out from the Void, and that's not going to be enough. Legion just wants the racks, though. Doesn't care about anything else. Gets the racks off. Maybe even a kill. Just pops the Silver Edge and just is able to walk out of there. No problem. So damn close. Bristleback, I think he actually bought back for that one. Yeah, they're going to be sipping back down towards bottom, trying to take out the racks. Febraru decides to return. There goes the casket. That's so big. There goes the ultimate as well with the Aghanim Scepter. Just chewing through host point. And Febraru, the amount of damage they don't manage to get it, but the relocate back. Very, very well played out by Febraru there. The Yule Scepter also just saving host point right in time, and they actually got a gem. I'm not entirely sure why. It's probably mainly for the Legion Commander, but still, like, Legion just dishes out so much damage right now. Just she could go solo Roshan. Like, it's back up, and denying the Bristleback to get the chance to get another Aegis would be huge. Haste Rune. Out for him, doesn't have buybacks. They should have seen that right, that rotation right there. Nah, might have just been just shy. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know that Roshan is being taken, and this one has got to go on somebody else. Maybe could be the Bloodseeker, who is sitting on basically no items. Like, you got an Undying basically farming as much. And there you go. That's actually another one on Bristle. Drops the gem. That's for the IO to pick up. Using up. As they might be trying to go for something here on mid. Illusion. How do they create that illusion? Somebody's got some kind of item that can create illusions. I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, Juggernaut, say hello to the cheese. Zeus. He's got his hands on, of course, basically not much more. He's got Boots of Travel, just straight blink out. Void, that's very, very aggressive if you wanted to go straight onto him. There goes the Piggy, though. As I think Bristleback wants to try to make something happen here. Legion off to the side. They do manage to take down the Enchantress, now trapping the Bristle. They got to make sure not to commit everything on him. He has gotten Aegis, though. He cannot stall the death forward. And Legion just chopping everybody off on the sides there. There goes the second instance of him. Host point joining in as well. They got the Juggernaut sitting in the middle of everything. He's unable to do any damage. Just gets stunned up constantly. Legion is just surviving in there. How the hell is he still alive? The gem will be revealing. But they haven't managed to take anybody else out than the Legion Commander. And Void or Juggernaut might actually be chopping. He's just going to get chopped down, chopped to bits. As the Moon Shard is doing its thing. And the ulti as well, the second ulti. Not really attacking anybody, but just there to really scout out. And this is problematic for the Dire side. They have not been able to really pull anything off here in the late game. Like, they just stopped farming too much. And the graphs are 10k ahead in the Radiant favor, and they're not making mistakes. Like, that right there was a really, really good fight. They managed to bring down the Bristle, at least the first time. Which just shows that without an Aegis, he's basically nothing. And they only lost the Legion Commander, who was basically fending off everybody else on the side there. Void, oh, that is so aggressive. Should probably consider backing out now. This is, or maybe it's a bait. Could be a bait, Zeus. He doesn't have an ultimate, but Void is going to go down. Really, if that was a bait, that was a very, very poorly executed bait. Yeah, this is one dead undying. You just got so much minus armor. Yeah, ouch. But in the meantime, the big ass creeps are chewing through that tier 3 tower. And they know that Zeus is sitting in there. He's got to get out somehow. Oh, there you go. They got the rupture on him. He's so dead. Does try to TP out. I don't know why he didn't do that sooner.
What are you on about?
I think he was just trying to spare the boots, but ended up being a mistake. But regardless, they can only... I say regardless a lot, don't I? But anyway, the issue for the Dire right now is that they have to commit at least one hero to that top lane, which means that they're always going to be fighting 4 on 5. Which is a problem for him, because that is exactly what this Witch Doctor likes. It's gonna be bouncing 4 times the casket, which is exactly the amount of heroes that's probably going to be trapped inside the Chronosphere once the Void comes back online in about 20 seconds. Bristle. It's poking at the bottom racks there. Frozor drops the casket as well. Heavy metal. Does get Maltic up for Frozor. He cannot drop. He should not be dying, but he is going to go down. Legion just trying to get their attention. Gets chopped down. And Legion, if they lose her, it would be a disaster. The buyback is on Legion. Should probably be committing it. Yep, there it goes. Fortunately, it was not on the Witch Doctor, but they do have the Void on the ready as well. If they group up too much, Void can just chew them to bits. And looks like they might. Does get ruptured. Plus right as well. Plus the Piggy. You should just be trying to rotate back into base. You will be able to get there. But they're going to be trying to actually just go for the throne. They have taken down both tier 4s now. And they're going to try to throne it. There it goes. That's the duel. And they will manage to bring down the Enchantress. But it's not the target that they want. Void gets shielded up. And the throne is in trouble. Undying is trying to take down the Bristle. They got to get it before the throne drops. Just trying to go for the win here. So low. But they do manage to take him out. What a... Wow. And the throne on the other hand is now exposed. The creeps are going at it. And Juggernaut has to buy back to try to fend it off. Bloodseeker, he's too greedy. He's not even buying back. He probably should. At this point, because this right here is Radiant time. They just managed to fend off 800. I think it was like down to 800 health. Bristleback. Oh man, so unfortunate. And now this is the turn of the Radiant. They're marching down this mid lane, and looks like there is no stopping them. There are no buybacks on the crucial heroes currently. And what's his face? Bloodseeker is not a factor anymore. And they're taking the racks first. Are they gonna go for bottom racks just to feel secure? No. Void decides it's go time, baby, and he's just gonna go straight for the throne. Where's the Chronosphere? It's down for about 28 seconds. Does manage to chew through first the Juggernaut. Almost. There goes the ulti one. Second time, but the throne does get downed by the Legion Commander. Wow. What a game. What a flipping game. Holy Jesus. That was interesting. That was very, very interesting. I like that game a lot. Thank you, Frozor, for sending that. That was amazing. I did not expect that finish to be so close. A couple of misplays kind of led to that close ending, but still, like, that was cool. That was seriously a cool game. Like, very good execution in some of the fights, and the others just very, very poor execution. But I don't even care. That was awesome. Please do go ahead and send me more of those. And just to do a bit of post game analysis, Dire, they just weren't like they should have kept farming, and they should have just gone straight throne when they had the chance instead of trying to fight. Like, just go straight for the throne. And Radiant did exactly that. Like, Bristleback had the right idea. I think you could say that Bristleback was the MVP of this game, for not really for anybody, just the MVP. Like, he did such a tremendous amount of work. Of course, working with an IO makes it a lot easier, but the amount of work that he pulled off and his decision making was right on the spot that game. But the team just weren't there. Um, the reason why I don't want to mention an MVP on the side of the Radiant is just because that game right there was just a team effort. It was the entire team working together to make sure that that victory came home, which is what differentiates them from the Dire side. But regardless, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.